Hey bookworms, welcome back to my channel and to another retro review where I review classic works of literature. So this time your thriller-holic is going back to A Study in Scarlet by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, which is also the first Sherlock Holmes novel. Now, I talked in the past about Mr. Holmes, and if you haven't seen these videos, I'll shorten it up for you. I don't like Sherlock Holmes stories. When I read a detective novel, I like to see things from the POV of the detective, to try with them to solve the mystery. And I constantly had this feeling with Doyle's novel that we get most of the information, we get it through our narrator, who is Dr. Watson, and then Holmes would say something like, I need to check something, and he goes away and comes back with a solution. I felt cheated and it was no fun. So as a result, as you can probably imagine, I read very few of these novels. Until lately, when I came across an audiobook version narrated by someone suspiciously sounding like Benedict Cumberbatch. It wasn't him, but it sounded like him. Anyway, I decided to give Sherlock Holmes another try and to start from the beginning, A Study in Scarlet. So this book takes place in the late 19th century and is narrated, as always, by Dr. John Watson, who recently returned to England after serving in Afghanistan. He's looking for a roommate in order to save money on lodging and comes across a man in a similar predicament, a man called Sherlock Holmes. Holmes and Watson become roommates and soon friends, and Holmes shares that his occupation is helping detectives with particularly difficult cases to solve. He mostly does it by applying a very innovative and unique technique called deduction, where by merely careful observation he manages to reach conclusions that our simple minds can't reach. Soon Watson joins Holmes in a new case. A body of a man is found in a house belonging to someone else who didn't recognize the deceased. And this case appears strange from the beginning, with blood covering the crime scene but not belonging to the victim. A strange personal item is found on the body, and a word in a foreign language is written on the wall with blood. Okay, so Sherlock Holmes in action. First of all, I have to say that similarly to books like The Wizard of Oz, Sherlock Holmes, the character, is extremely famous and most people will be able to recognize his appearance, quote him, tell you many things about him, even without reading one single word written about him. Much of our image of Holmes is from different adaptations of the books. We know he's eccentric, incredibly perceptive, keeps his cards close to the chest, and may be rude and not understanding certain social cues, but he's always correct. Okay, so I only read this book in addition to reading The Hounds of Baskerville a million years ago and other random works in the past. But I was surprised. Listen, guys, in Study in Scarlet, Holmes is pretty nice, which made me believe that portraying him as a huge asshole is a way to accentuate his eccentricities to make him more appealing to modern audience, because we love a good misunderstood underdog story, don't we? And if we can make him a minority of a sort, the better. I'm referring to Holmes being diagnosed today as probably being on the autistic spectrum, which he might as well be. Who knows? But he is a fictional character, and I'm not sure how much Doyle and the Victorian society knew about autism while writing this book. My point is, don't judge a book character by its many adaptations. So now we are pretty much halfway into the video, maybe I should start the review portion, don't you think? So I like this book, generally speaking. It was very short. I'm surprised it's considered a novel and not a novella, but it was fun. Holmes wasn't an obnoxious character. In fact, he apologized in advance to Watson about playing the violin, having experiments in the apartment, and not being emotionally available at times. He says that when he is in deep contemplation, he ignores people at times, and not to take it personally. I wonder if these characteristics change throughout the books, and let me know if you know. As for the mystery itself, it was a little far-fetched. I didn't buy the solution all that much, but you know what? It was like reading a fantasy book. You can't judge it by reality standards. What I did find a little strange is that in the middle of the book, we go away to a different continent and start reading a different story about different people. And, eventually it connects to our plot line. But it was like a third of the book, and it took me a while to realize my audiobook copy wasn't damaged and I wasn't hearing something completely different. But generally speaking, it was fun, it was interesting, it was entertaining, and quite different than what I expected. Could it be that me and Sherlock Holmes are at the beginning of a beautiful friendship? As long as we don't make Hercule Poirot jealous. Oh, and Sherlock Holmes even says elementary and the plot thickens. Awesome. So anyway, if you ever wondered about the famous Sherlock Holmes and whether the books are like what we know about from pop culture, give this one a try. You know what? Even if you find out that it's not for you, it's super short and inoffensive. Also, if you want to start reading classics or 19th century works or old school detective novels, this is a good one to start with. And afterwards, please don't forget my beloved Agatha Christie and read Murder on the Orient Express. Please. So guys, that was my review on A Study in Scarlet. Have you ever read this one or any other Sherlock Holmes novels? Or maybe you're a huge fan of one of the TV shows? Let me know in the comment section below. Anyway guys, thank you very much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. And so that YouTube won't forget about me, write me a comment in the comment section and tell me of your experience and impression of the famous Mr. Sherlock Holmes. So guys, again, thank you for watching and I'll see you on my next video. Bye bye.